for people come in anyway.
That's true.
Hello! Happy Halloweeny!
Hi.
Happy Halloweeny! I am Rosie the Riveter. And this is my co-host, Legion.
Hi.
You need the full effect with your hoodie there. There we go.
Actually, if you really want the full effect, I need to get my knife.
Oh. That's cool. You got a cool costume. So yeah, we're just gonna hang out today in our Halloween costumes, and we're gonna talk about autism today.
Yeah.
Running a little bit late, just because my computer took a dive.
Yep.
Yeah, it totally crashed. I had to buy a new computer, and I'm waiting for it to get here. And it sucks not having a computer. And the dogs are barking now, of course. So, but it's good because nobody's here yet. So let me go grab. I have to be careful with that. Let me grab the dog.
The monitor is pretty shaky.
I'll be right back. Sorry, Jane.
Well, hey, it's just me now. I don't think anyone's here yet, but if people are here, then what's going on? Hi. Oh, it's the wrong side. There you go. I cover my ear there, but it's like getting blocked with my glasses. I need to be hidden. Nobody can see anything. It's kind of the whole thing of a mask. So that, nobody actually knows. But I mean, if you can see me, then it kind of ruins that whole thing, huh?
Okay, one bug. Yeah, I'm back. Oh yeah, of course, as soon as we start streaming, the dogs want to go in, they want to go out.
Yeah, that's dogs.
I don't want to leave them out there because it's like 34 degrees or something. It's cold.
What's happening here?
It's cold.
I don't know what's going on.
What do you mean?
Showing my ear. Whatever.
Mystery dude. Orty has joined us. Hello, how are you? Thank you for being here. Yes, we are in our Halloween costumes this morning. I am, you can't see me like that, Rosie the Riveter. And this is Legion.
Hello.
So yeah, we're hanging out in our Halloween costumes today and running a little bit late because my computer crashed. So we're hanging out in my son's room and using his computer for the day. But what's up, pup? Hey, say hi to everybody. Say hi. Oh, look. I forget everything is the opposite over here. So this is Winston. He is our poodle. He's our grumpy old man.
All right, let's get Snippy.
Come here, Sniff.
Snippy.
And this is Mr. Sniffers. He's not feeling so well today. Okay, I know. Maybe has a little cold or something, but this is Mr. Sniffers. Say hi up here, look. Say hi. He just had a treat, so he's like, all right, see you later, bro. So, yeah, today I wanted to talk about therapies, like different therapies that are available and therapies that help with like early intervention, mainly occupational, physical, and speech therapy. Are you hot in that mask?
No, I'm fine.
No? Okay. Those are the main ones that we would go to regularly. And then we would do other ones too, like we would do water therapy, we would do horse therapy, which I forget what it's called. Not equestrian.
I think
equine.
If you're talking about horse therapy, I think it's like hippo something. I remember it having hippo in the name.
Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong. I was thinking it was like I don't think it's equestrian. I think you're right. It's called something different, something strange, and I can't remember what it was.
I'm pretty sure it has hippo in the name, if I remember correctly.
But horse therapy, what else? ABA therapy, which is applied behavioral analysis, I believe. So ABA therapy is another one. There's so many different kinds of therapies, and depending on where you live, what's available to you. We have all of those therapies available here. However, they're not available to everyone. So a lot of places don't take insurance, or insurance only covers like the main ones, like occupational, physical, and speech. And then also waiting lists. The waiting lists can be like years long, and you know, you may never get in there. So that's a tricky thing. Hi, Bungus Fungus. How are you? That's a cool name, Bungus Fungus. Am I pronouncing it correctly? He says, yo.
You never really know with all my
Say,
names.
yo, what's up? I know, right? And then, you know, people are all over the world, so they could be pronouncing it completely differently than I am. But yeah, so how is everybody doing today? Halloween, did you get your costumes? Are you guys going out? This is a tricky day for a lot of autistic kids and parents, adults. What did you say? I don't have my glasses on, but
You know, of all the love steams I go into, you're the first out of like 100 to get it right. I'm assuming
really?
a couple of misspellings there.
To get the Bungus Fungus. Wow. We can read. So that's awesome. I'm glad I got it right. That's cool. But yeah, so today can be a really tricky day for kids with autism, even adults, because you know, you still want to go trick-or-treating, you still want to have fun and go out and have a good day. And you know, it can be very tricky between everyone dressed in costume and masks, you know, Halloween decorations that might make you uncomfortable or that are scary.
Very familiar.
Yes. Lights, sounds, strobe lights, you know, scary noises, people that jump in your face. What else? Even just the simple thing of going up to the front door, knocking on it, and saying trick or treat can be a huge issue for kids with sensory problems or that are nonverbal. So that's a tricky thing. Oh, don't worry about your autocorrect. I know we all deal with that. We all deal with that all the time, and sometimes it types out some really crazy things that you would never type. But I keep hitting the leg of this table. But yeah, so this can be a tricky holiday, you know, and for a lot of time, or for many years, we would go trick-or-treating, and my son, he would kind of stay back a little bit. I would knock on the door and say trick or treat. And it's a hard thing to kind of explain, you know, like, oh, my son's afraid to come to the door, or my son is nonverbal, or different things like that. And you would get the candy for them. But now, as he's gotten older, he will go up to the door and say trick or treat. There's some places that we just won't go because of the decorations, or it just looks kind of creepy. And so we don't trick or treat those houses. But, you know, it can still be very challenging for a lot of kids, and even older kids too. So one thing I've noticed that people are starting to do is getting the blue pumpkins. So there are two different ones. There is a bright blue pumpkin, more of like I don't have the color here, but an actual blue. And then there's a teal, kind of like this color, like on my nails, like a teal color. So the teal one is for children with allergies. So if you see a teal, this color, a teal colored pumpkin, it means they might have like a peanut allergy or a chocolate allergy or something like that. But if you see just a regular blue pumpkin, it means that that child is nonverbal, or that they are autistic, and Halloween might be a challenge for them. So, you know, be sensitive to that. If you see the blue pumpkin, you know, don't ask them to say trick or treat. Just hand them a treat maybe say Happy Halloween or something, but you don't have to ask them to say trick or treat. So, yeah, look out for blue pumpkins. I looked everywhere for a blue pumpkin this year. I could not find one. I went to Walmart, Kmart, Target. I looked at the different grocery stores, that carry the candy and stuff like that. I looked in all the Halloween decorations. I could not find a blue pumpkin. I found teal ones, but not blue. So that's a little discouraging, but
Well, I mean,
I could have ordered it online.
It could mean one of two things. Either one, people just aren't really selling them that much, or two, they're actually just like completely sold out, which is kind of a good thing.
That's true. They could be sold out. But it is also a newer thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it could just be that there's not enough people aware of it yet.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's what we need to do, is spread awareness and let everybody know that, we'll be using blue pumpkins as a symbol for autism. And, those kids deserve a happy Halloween too. So.
Oh, hi there, Sam.
He's hanging out. Dogs are hanging out in here with us today. Yeah. So back on our topic for today. What do you want? Oh, they're feeling needy today, huh? Okay. So back on our topic of
Here, come here, Sam.
therapies.
Come here.
He's a heavy, fat, chubby dog.
Come
Can
here.
you get him?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. All right. So it's dog stream day.
Yeah.
What's up, pup? So with therapies, it's hard to get into a therapy here where we're at in Las Vegas. So it's different everywhere, all over the world. But here, you could wait like up to a year, sometimes longer. Like right now, we're on a waiting list for occupational therapy. And we've been on that waiting list now for how many months? Since August. So just a few months. But I have no idea when it's going to open up a spot for him. But for kids, like in the beginning stages or in early development, that therapy is so critical. So it's so hard when you're stuck on a waiting list and you are desperate to get inside some type of therapy to help them, and you're stuck on this waiting list. Like we have other clinics here and therapy places here. Their waiting lists are over a year, and and it's really, really hard to get in there. And then if you miss one of your appointments or you have to cancel one of your appointments, they can get rid of your spot and give it to someone else. So that's a tricky thing too. It's like if you really, really, really want to keep your spot, you better be at every therapy session and you better be on time. No cancellations, or you're going to lose that spot to someone else. So that's a hard thing, but which a matter. So this dog we originally got for Jacob when he was younger. But he just didn't really take to Jacob. And maybe because Jake was really small. He just didn't really take to Jacob, and he's been kind of like stuck on my heels all the time. But this dog, Mr. Sniffers, we got this second dog for Jacob, and these two are like buddy. And we want to train him as a service dog. So service dogs are available for kids with autism, or adults too, not just kids, but for people with autism. And they can help with many different things. And it's different from a therapy dog. So you have therapy dogs and you have service dogs. We want to train him to be an actual service dog so that he could go anywhere and everywhere with Jake. But he would help, service dogs, they help with calming. What are some of the services they do, or autism.
Not really.
Calming. There are some kids that take off and run. So they would either help bring the child back or alert parents or somebody, letting them know that, hey, the child took off. Help them with anxiety and stress. Maybe they have other symptoms too, like seizures or things like that. The dogs would be able to help with that. So we want to train him as a service dog. It's so expensive. It's so expensive. I mean, if we bought a service dog, it would be somewhere around about $30,000. But to train him, there's a place here in Las Vegas where you can do the training yourself with the trainer. And then you have to go every single week for about a year and a half to train them. And it is a lot less expensive. Is that a lot less expensive?
Yeah.
Yeah. My brain's not working today. Everything is so weird.
I mean, that's just English being English.
No, everything's so weird today. Hey, Sun City Scratchers, how are you? Hey, I just checked out your channel recently. I think, who was it who referred me over there? I'm trying to remember who it was. Somebody that I watch referred me over there, and I can't, oh gosh. That sucks. I can't remember. Let me think about it, and then I'll try and remember who referred me over to your channel.
You'll remember it after the stream.
I know, right? It'll pop up in the middle of the day, and I'll be like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, too late now. But, yeah, that's someone referred me over there, and I can't remember who it was. I have to give them a shout-out, though. I have to remember who it is. But, so welcome. I'm glad you're here. So today we're talking about autism and different types of therapies that are offered. We were just talking about the service dog, but usually on my channel, it's a reselling channel. So I talk about reselling, but I also talk about all kinds of mom things, everything that goes on in my day. I talk about my dogs. I talk about our home life, couponing, cooking, all the mom things. So, yeah. So Bungus Fungus says, I'm not autistic myself, but I have lots of friends that are on the spectrum. And they're the only friends that are very close to me and have kept in touch after high school. Yeah, that's very cool. That's very cool. But see, that's the thing, that's why we wanted to start this chat, is that autism affects everyone, not just the person and the parents. It affects everyone. It could be, it could be your friends. It could be your teachers, your therapists. It could be the person that does your hair. I mean, it affects everyone. So, we just want to.
It affects everyone, but it's heavily overlooked.
It is. It is, because people look at you and they're like, you're not autistic. They think that autism is like some weird thing.
Oh, what? You're actually speaking? You can't be autistic.
Exactly. And that's just the thing, is we need to spread awareness. Hi, Bubba. Is that we just need to spread awareness and talk about it more so people understand more of what it is.
Because there's still going to be those people that are just ignorant about it and don't care to learn. But
Yeah,
still
of
think
course.
that they're right, but
that's with everything. But yeah.
That's just humans.
So he says, we're having a Halloween party tomorrow. Recently married, and all my friends were my groomsmen at my wedding, and my spouse and I honeymooned in Vegas. What? Even though you're under 21, that's okay. There is so much to do here in Las Vegas. You don't have to be 21 to have a good time in Las Vegas. Let me tell you. I used to come here all the time before I turned 21, and it's so much fun. Even after we moved here, I was already 21 though, and we moved here. I took my husband out on the strip, and I was like, we're not gambling today. I'm going to show you Vegas. And I took him out and I showed him, there's so much to do, places to eat, shows to see, tons of stuff that's free. You don't have to pay for, but also, other shows that you can pay for. And he was like, wow, I've never seen Vegas like this before. There's so much to do. And I was like, no gambling. Let's just go have fun and hang out and do other stuff. And yeah, there's so much to do out here. It's really fun. So where are you from, Fungus? If you came here for your honeymoon, where are you from? He also says, although I didn't know my friends growing up, I'm interested in what it's like to have a child with autism. So everyone experiences it differently. It depends on where you are on the spectrum, because it is a spectrum. So you can have the children that are considered low functioning down here that are nonverbal. Maybe they're missing a lot of fine motor skills. And then you have everyone kind of in between. And then you have the super high functioning, which they used to call Asperger's syndrome. And those are kids like this one who are, on the super high end genius, almost genius level, where they tell them all the time, like, there's no way you're autistic. How are you autistic? So that can be a tricky thing. And also getting a diagnosis too is a tricky thing because, just that wide variety of spectrum makes it difficult to figure out where you fit in that spectrum. Yeah. I don't know. I have no words today. I don't know.
Words are hard.
Words are hard. Yeah. So, let's see. We had an amazing time. We frequented Red Rock Canyon. Oh, that's a beautiful place up there. Red Rock is really nice. From Ohio. He's an Ohioan. Is that how you say it? Ohioan? Ohioan, right? From Ohio? Ohioan? Ohioan. Well, it sounds like a Japanese word. Ohioan.
Well, Ohio is actually a Japanese word.
Yes, it is. You're correct. Ohio. It affects everyone, but doesn't make them any different from us. I have family that their son has autism, but oh my God, he's so smart. Yes, that's true. It doesn't make them different from us. They think differently. And we just have to be sensitive to that. But to go up to someone and tell them like, oh, you don't have autism because you can speak, or you don't have autism because you don't look retarded, or those are words that you
that
hear.
You're faking your disability because you can walk even though you're in a wheelchair.
Exactly. So that is something that we should bring up, actually, is that my son, on top of the autism, he does have a disability. He has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder. And so he is technically handicapped. And, we have a handicap plaque on our van. And we get looks sometimes, or like a lot of questions like, oh, you're not handicapped. Why are you parking there? And I'm not handicapped. So I don't park there unless I'm with my son. But he is handicapped and he can walk just fine. However, the way the doctor explained it to me is like, for me, like a walk around the block for him would be like running a marathon. So that's how much more his muscles would have to work as opposed to mine. So for him, a walk around the grocery store can be exhausting. It is, yeah.
It 100% is.
It is. So, for people to look at someone and assume that they are not handicapped, don't do that. Don't just assume, because you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on underneath all that, right? Yeah.
Or if you want to make a kind of poetic joke, behind the mask.
You don't know what's going on behind the mask. So Susan just joined us. Hi, Susan. How are you? And Bungus Fungus is asking, what grade is your son in, and does he play any video games? Do you want to answer?
Grade, I honestly don't know.
Grade is a tricky one. We're not 100% sure.
Yeah, like.
Here's the issue. So, and I talk about this a lot. Las Vegas is like last on the list when it comes to schooling. I mean,
And for good reason.
for schooling, this place sucks. It really does. So it's been tricky. And every single year has been a fight. It's been a battle trying to get him promoted to the next grade, trying to get him just where he needs to be for schooling. And this year is no different. He technically should be in 10th grade, but he's stuck in 8th. And that's the tricky thing, is they don't want to push him through the grades because he's only 12. Even though he's more than capable of doing the work, even though they've tested him and he's above grade level in every single subject, that always seems to be the excuse. Here, take this test, and then we'll see what we're going to do.
I still stand by my theory of they're keeping me in school as long as they possibly can to try and improve their grades.
I mean, yeah, I do believe that too. So, what grade is he in? He is in 8th grade. However, he should be in 10th. So,
And then for your second question, do I play any video games? Any is an understatement.
he plays them all.
Mm-hmm.
He plays them all. Yeah. Was it last year or year before when we got you your gaming computer? Was that last year? I think it was last.
Yeah, I want to say it was the last year.
I can't even remember now. I think last year we got him his gaming computer, which is what we're on right now because my computer crashed. So we spent all the money for your computer and I have a crappy one. But yeah, so I mean, that's what he's into. So you have to be supportive of that. And he wants to, not only play video games, but he wants to create his own games. He wants to be a video game designer or some type of computer programmer, something with computers, right?
Yeah, there's also streaming as well.
Yeah, and streaming. So I just want to be supportive of what he's into. And
Twitch.tv/IcemanJaco7.
what was that?
Twitch.tv/IcemanJaco7.
Oh, threw yourself a plug in there, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Shameless plug.
That's cool. We're live. Plug all you want.
I'm just getting my electrical outlet.
Susan says, just came in, caught just a minute. My son is very high functioning, and people have always and still say he doesn't look like he has a problem. That's the thing. And it really irritates me to hear that. Like, you don't look like you're autistic, or you don't look like, someone told my friend, you don't look like you have cancer. And I was like, are you kidding? Like, why would you say that to someone? That's just, I don't know. That's just horrible. Like, you are a mean person. You can't just assume, because she was parking in a handicapped spot and someone was giving her issues about it. And, she told him, I have cancer. It's hard for me to walk that far. And first of all, you don't have to explain to anyone your disability or why you're parked in a handicapped spot. It's none of their business. But second, don't be rude. Don't ask people what are their disabilities or why they're parking there. It's none of your business. But yeah, so she was really offended by that, and she was like, I have cancer. And the other person told her, well, you don't look like you have cancer. And I was like, well, you don't look ignorant, but apparently you are. I didn't say that though, but Flippin' Hustler, Todd, my friend, is here. He says, hello, hello.
Uh-huh.
Have you met Todd before?
I
I don't think so.
don't know.
Todd, Jacob, Todd. That's the
Like
Flippin' Hustler.
some stereotypical movie introduction.
I know. That's okay, though.
Like, who actually does that?
What?
Like that introduction?
Introduces people like that?
I don't really know anyone that does that. But at the same time, I don't really know anyone, period. So,
You know people.
like 4 people.
So Bungus Fungus says, that blows. I know, it does, doesn't it? I've been held back because I went to a private school from a public school. Yeah, I totally get that. I understand. We tried public first, then private, then back to public. It wasn't until high school and battles every year that he started to flourish. That's my issue. We're having the battles every single year right now, and it literally has been a fight, and it still is to this day. I just wrote a big old email to the school yesterday, and it is a fight. But I'm hoping to get him into the right grade so he can excel, because right now it's just like this repetitive work that he's doing, and it's just holding him back from who he can really be. And it sucks. It really sucks. So Bungus says, although it was good for me because I completed all my required classes, so my senior year I only had 1 class and I got an early placement job. I made a lot of money because I was held back. And Susan says, Jacob is very handsome.
I disagree, but okay.
I tell you all the time how handsome you are.
And I still disagree.
I know, but that's okay.
Because
That is okay.
I still stand by something that I say a lot. I will
Mhm.
never admit that I'm good at something until I have definitive proof that I am.
Well, that's definitive proof. Susan says you're handsome.
That's not proof.
Yes, it is proof.
I don't trust words.
Oh, goodness. So Flippin' Hustler says, nice to meet you. And Susan says, it's exhausting, but I can tell you, for us, it was worth it. It is worth it. And you are your best advocate for your child. So regardless of how much work it is and how long it takes me, I will continue to fight for him every day until he's in 10th grade. And, I don't know. We'll see how that happens. And Kimmy is with us. Have you met Kimmy, Borderline Hoarderish?
I don't think so either, no.
Kimmy, Jacob, Kimmy.
We're going to do this every time, aren't we?
So she says, OMG, you look so cute. Thank you. I'm Rosie the Riveter. Rosie. Can you see it? Wait. It's so backwards with this thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know which way the camera's going. But
I guess I should get my mask then.
Rosie the Raveter.
Let's pick up my mask with my knife.
Your mask? Okay. Yeah, you look awesome. So he is
Don't need to have extra
Legion.
blood for this.
He's Legion from Dead by Daylight.
Yes.
Dead by Daylight. I've seen the game. I never played it. It looks creepy and scary. And
It's
I
an
don't want to play
environmental
it.
horror game, so it's kind of meant to look creepy,
Yeah.
but it's
But it has,
mainly
like,
just unbalanced.
A lot of creepy characters in it from a lot of horror films, and I'm
Mhm.
not interested in playing it. No, thanks. So Bungus Fungus is asking, do you play Elite Dangerous?
I've never played it myself, but I have heard of it.
That's a game?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm pretty sure I've heard of it.
I don't know.
Could be
that.
wrong, though.
Susan says, I am proof.
I don't
See?
trust words.
You are proof.
I do not trust words.
You are proof, Susan.
I will never trust words.
And Hip Flippin' Mama is here. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Hip Flippin' Mama, your adopted grandma. So Hip Flippin' Mama, Kelly, is Jacob's adopted grandma. She says, hi, Crystal. Hi, Jacob. Hi, Mama. And Susan says, if you don't fight literally almost daily, who knows what happens? Yeah, they just fall through the cracks, and, they just get left behind is really what happens. Does Jacob get lost in video gaming?
Yes.
Yes.
1,000 hours in Smash 4, by the way.
Yes, he does. He gets lost in video games. And sometimes I will tell him, like, hey, Jacob, and he'll have his headphones on almost all the time. And he'll like prop it up like this, like as if he's listening to me. And I'll tell him something and he won't even remember that I said it. So, and then Pat D's. Pat, do you know Pat?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, he was in here last stream, or at least.
Oh, you're
pretty sure he
right.
was.
That's right. He was asking you a bunch of questions. I remember now. So Pat, that's my number 200 subscriber. He reminds me of that all the time. So, so Pat, hello, how are you? And Pat says, Jacob, I need $3 for gas money.
I don't have that on me at the moment.
And he says he's on mobile, so not as easy to chat. Yeah, I don't like chatting on mobile either. And
Mobile
then-
streams just never are
I know,
good.
it just doesn't work very well.
Like, YouTube, I've never really done that much, but I'm assuming the delay is terrible. The chat's probably going to be really annoying. Autocorrect, of course. On Twitch, half the time the stream doesn't work, half the time the chat doesn't work. And then if those do work, the delay is terrible. Just
You would think with like our little mobile phones that are like better than our computers these days that
are you sure about that?
Mobile, well, not your computer, but better than mine that crashed and died and burned up yesterday. Like, I don't know. I lost my computer yesterday.
I don't think it's as good as mine, though.
That's why we're in my son's
My
room
monolith.
today on his computer, because my computer just, yeah. I kind of knew it was coming, so I had cleaned it
The
out.
bucket with its artificial legs.
Yeah. So I cleaned out my computer and made sure that there was no files on it just in case it did crash, and it did. And so, yeah, I'm just waiting for the new one to get here, and it is like excruciating. It's been one day, and I'm like, what am I going to do? I need my computer. But yeah, I'm waiting impatiently for it to arrive. Mama says when my son was 13, he sprained a thumb playing video games.
I can believe it. It depends on what games.
Yeah, or
I've kind of been trained to not really have to deal with that because, like,
or
here,
like
let me grab my controller real quick so I can show you
carpal tunnel syndrome.
This won't do anything, right? Yeah.
Wait. Okay.
Sniffy.
Sheesh.
But yeah, like,
Something
I
startled
have a
them.
controller here. Yeah, this is just dance dancing. Don't worry about that.
Oh, okay, stop. That's probably really loud.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, stop. Selective hearing. My son has it too. Yes. So does my husband. Come on. Okay. All right. Hello. Yes. He says, I'm on mobile YouTube and in Ohio. The delay is not bad at all. Oh, well, that's good. Mom looks cute. Any candy? Yes, we have tons and tons of candy. I don't know if you if you follow me on Instagram, I posted all the candy that I got. I think it was at Smith's, which is like Kroger.
I think it was Smith's, yeah.
I think so too. It was Smith's or Albertsons, probably Smith's.
Yeah.
It was funny because they were putting out all the Halloween candy. So this was like at the end of last month. They were putting out Halloween candy and they were like pulling all the other candy off the shelf and marking it down. So, you know, being the frugal mom that I am, I see an entire shopping cart full of bags of candy that were marked down to like 35 cents. And I bought them all. Not all of them, but a huge amount.
Yeah, a pretty good amount,
A huge amount. Because I was like, man, you know, usually we spend like $100 in candy, maybe more, during Halloween. And I was like, man, if I can get that down to like $30, that's awesome. So I bought tons and tons of candy. And the only thing that's bad about that, buying it so early, is that we have been eating it. So that's a bad thing. Maybe not for you, but for me,
Yeah.
that's a bad thing. So Bungus says, I actually streamed Portal 2 from my computer in Ohio when I was on my honeymoon. I know you've played that game before. Portal.
I don't think I've played Portal 2, but I have played a Portal. I forget which one it was, though.
Mm-hmm. And Mama says he's 29 now. Susan says, my son is now 25. My husband is frustrated that he spends so much time gaming. I, on the other hand, am pleased. He works 40 plus hours. Oh, the stream jumped. 40 plus hours a week at a car dealership, comes home and games. I know where he is and what he's doing, and what he's not doing.
And he's not doing what I was doing when I was 25.
Thank you. I can't read today, apparently. Yeah, you know what? And if he's out working a 40-hour work week, then who cares if he goes home in video games? I mean, he's doing what he needs to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Let him game. You know, and I tell my son the same thing and my husband the same thing. You know what? He goes to school. He does all of his schoolwork. He has straight A's. If he wants to game the rest of the time, let him. I don't care. As long as he keeps his grades up and does what he's supposed to do. And thank you, Pat, for catching that message there. I appreciate that. Although it still shows up in StreamYard, which, you know.
Oh, that's interesting.
But that's okay. And Hip Flip and Mama says, Susan, my son works 45 hours a week and is going for his master's, and he still finds time to game. That's awesome. That's awesome. Because, you know, it's a relaxing thing, and everybody has their different hobbies that they like. Relaxing. But everybody has their hobbies, and, you know, gaming is one of those hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob, you're fast with that controller. Wouldn't want to battle you in a game.
Definitely not.
Probably not. Probably not.
Well, it depends on the game.
When he finds someone or something that he likes, he immerses himself in it.
1,000 hours on Smash 4, by the way.
To the point of where he masters it, and people call him a cheater or that he's like a hacker or something like that. And
I mean,
that's just not the case. That's just him practicing so much and playing so much that he's mastered that particular character or that particular game. Or
like on
whatever.
Smash 4, I literally played that. I did like 1,000 hours in about a year. And by the end of that year, where I had the game, I literally knew everything. I knew everything about it. I knew all the moves. I knew every weird tech in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I knew so many things that nobody else knew. The only thing I didn't know was how to be good at the game.
Yeah.
It was still decent, though. Well, it was one of the better Pac-Mans.
Thank you, Mama. She says, very happily married. Yes, I am. I married my best friend, and I'm very, very happily married. Susan says, right. Going today to buy candy for trick-or-treaters for the last time, the third time. Did you eat it all, Susan? You did, didn't you?
Probably.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised.
I know. I had to put the bag in the closet so that I wouldn't see it as I walked by all the time. And I'm like, just one piece. But that one piece turns into how many times you pass the bag?
Yeah, One Piece turns into 924 episodes.
What is that? What do you
One
mean?
Piece, the anime.
Oh, I was like, what? Hi, Bubba. What are you doing?
Actually, I think it's like 950.
He's like
somewhere.
staring at me like, Mom?
It's closer on the 1,000 side. Which I still can't believe. Why are there 1,000 episodes of One Piece?
I don't know. It's like The Simpsons. Like, how many episodes have there been of The Simpsons?
And
or like
in
South
comparison,
Park.
most animes are either 12 episodes or 24 episodes long.
There's 1,000?
And there's almost 1,000 episodes of One Piece.
Oh, wow. So, Mama says, Jacob went from really cute to very handsome. When did that happen?
I don't trust words.
See? That's 2 confirmed.
I don't trust words.
2 in one stream.
I don't trust words.
When did that happen? I don't know, Mama. That happened like overnight. He had this growth spurt, and he like grew like 1.5 feet. Now he's 5 feet tall. So he's like the same height as me. And He went from a size 5 shoe to a size 8.5. This was literally in a span of like, what, 3 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, like one season. So like 3 months. So he shot up, I don't know how many inches, like a foot, and he changed, 3 shoe sizes in like 3 months. So I don't know what happened. Growth spurt, puberty, I don't know.
Puberty hits like a truck.
It does. It does. Jacob, very smart. Will go far, Pat says. There are 677 episodes of The Simpsons, according to Alexa. Thank you, Alexa.
I mean, that's a lot, but that's nothing compared to One Piece.
I know. 1,000 episodes.
Yeah.
I noticed when my son's interest in driving came up and he told him to figure it out. He figured it out. He figured out what he had to do, and we supported him. It was such a confidence builder and made him very cut him off.
Made him vary.
That's a lot of Bart, Kimmy. Right? Yeah. And a lot of don't.
And the eating of shorts.
Oh, yeah. And the eating of shorts. So Pat's on the run. He says, Happy Halloween. See you later. Bye, Pat. Thank
Bye.
you for coming in and joining us. I appreciate it. And Mom says, he got so old so quick. And he is so darn articulate. I can't stand it. Yeah.
I hope you have a chair then.
Oh, you
I make this joke literally every time.
can't stand it.
Literally every
I
time.
hope he has a chair. Yeah, he grew up too fast. But he's always been ahead of the game. He was never really, and I say this all the time, he was never really a baby. He came out a moose. That's what the doctor called him.
And that was the start of the saga of nicknames.
That's true. The doctor started it when they said you were a moose. Doctor called him a moose when he came out. He was almost 10 pounds. And he was like 22 inches long. I mean, he was a huge baby. You were huge. But that's why I say you weren't even a baby when you came out. You were like 2 years old already, and they just didn't know it. That's what happened. But
Yeah, that was the start of a. That's the start of the nickname saga.
yeah,
And it's been advancing ever since then.
Jacob's had like a bazillion nicknames. I don't even know how many.
From Moose to Bug to Gumby to Shakira to Ocean Man.
Creamy boy.
Tried not to bring that up, but okay.
Ocean Man, Ice Man. What else? So Kimmy says, how many donuts do you think Homer consumed over 677 episodes? I don't know. How many donuts does he eat in an episode? Figure out how many donuts he eats in one episode and multiply that by 677. That'll give us an average.
Is there some word problem?
Independent for his senior year. Mainstreaming these kids is important, even aside from school, like driving. Yeah, a few more years and this one will be driving. So are you excited for that? Have your own car? Where are you going to go?
I'm not going to go anywhere.
You're not going to go
That's
anywhere.
the thing. I have nowhere to go.
See? Okay. Well, you can drive if you want to.
How would I drive?
Hmm?
How would I drive?
I don't know. You have enough cars. You can find one. Pick one to drive and go.
Oh, where?
Oh, where? I don't know. To the Luxor. Go to like the esports arena. Of course, it's like $1 million to park there. That's the thing, everything in Las Vegas is free. You can find all kinds of things to do. But if you want to park anywhere, it's going to cost your firstborn child. It's like ridiculous to park. So if you valet it, it's like $12 or $14 for valet plus whatever you want to tip the guy. And it's the same to self-park it. It's like $12 for the first 2 hours or something.
Yeah,
and
at that
then,
point, just walk.
And then they charge you every hour after that. I know, right? Just walk. Well, so I found out they're building like this whole underground railway system here. Did you hear about that?
No.
No. So they're building all these tunnels underneath Las Vegas to run kind of like the monorail train, that they have with the track that goes like around the hotels. They're doing that underground. I know. So it's going to be like a monorail or like this train subway sort of thing under the ground under Las Vegas. So that's going to be interesting. Of course, it'll probably be years and years and years in the making. I don't know how long it's going to take them to do that. But they've already
down there now. Let me get my push pin.
They've already started doing it. Get your what?
Is there a free push pin? Yes. Yeah. I learned this before. You gotta use your push pin, and you gotta get through the ground using a push pin.
It looks like StreamYard chat has frozen. So let me see. I have to put my glasses on to read the other side.
It takes a while, but you do this over like a couple of years, and you'll eventually get somewhere.
So Kimmy says
I
a
swear.
moose. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
put
was
the
a
back in.
moose. Susan says he went to school and home, and those trips to the store to buy new videos or for mom to get dinner, to get a dinner ingredient. Wouldn't that be a Subway?
What about Subway now?
Underground. She's talking about underground, not the Subway that you'll eat.
What about an underground Subway?
An
I don't know why I just had
underground-
so stutter there.
An underground Subway.
I get
Yeah,
hit
I
in the neck with a
guess.
softball.
I don't know. I've never been on a Subway, and I don't know what it.
No, but
what
like
it's
an
like,
underground subway.
That's a what?
An underground subway.
An underground Subway.
Yeah, like a subway, but underground.
Subways are underground.
No, I mean the place.
Oh, the restaurant.
Yeah.
An underground Subway. I'm like, that's like. And it's the Mama Soda says, hey, what's up?
Fine.
Susan says, that's where you go, Jacob, wherever you want when you drive.
But I don't really want to go anywhere. That's the problem.
That's why they are called subways. This stream went so off track. We are not we're not talking anything about autism at the moment.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I mean, that's actually kind of related.
I guess it is because
Sometimes you just go off track.
that's really true. That's really true. And I think, like a lot of times when I'm talking with Jacob, we can completely change the subject. And I can be talking about something completely different. But then he'll continue the conversation talking about the same thing as when we started the conversation. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's hard for him to change the subject because he still wants to continue talking about one thing when I'm already moved on into the next subject and you still have plenty more to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, see it. Oh no, it caught up now. It was behind there for a minute, but now the stream caught up.
I think it's just always behind.
Oh, maybe.
Like by a couple seconds.
Oh, that's your wife, Sun City. Okay. She's at work watching your live. Very cool. Very cool. I'm glad you guys joined us. Yeah, I have checked out your stream before and I still can't think of who it is. Dang it. Pirate. Oh God, what is his whole name? Pirate. Not Thrift Pirate. Not Stored Pirate. Oh God, I can't think of what it is. Hey Rosie, J-Dog in the house. What's up, J-Dog? Thank you for joining us. I think their minds work overtime. Oh, that's an understatement. His mind never stops working. It's hard for him to sleep. And I think that's why video games become so immersing also, is because they just have their brains constantly working.
Mm-hmm.
What is Ghost Pirate's name? I think it's Ghost Pirate. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Ghost Pirate. Yeah, their brains are constantly working and they think in so many different ways than how we think. They're so out of the box, or so far out of the box, that they can problem solve in so many different ways than how we just think, one way, or right in the box, or whatever. And so that's pretty cool. Mama says she's got to go. Bye, Mama.
Bye.
My mom just got out of her x-rays. She's fine, no accident or anything, just precautionary. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. I know that you called me yesterday, so when you get the chance, I'm free today. Jake doesn't have school today, and we're going to be home most of the day, like getting ready for this Halloween party thing that we're having. So if you want to chat, give me a call today. I'm free. All right, we love you too, Mama. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. So, wow, it's already 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else to talk about? I mean, I know we've been all over the board this morning, but the main thing I wanted to talk about today was therapies. I don't know his name, but maybe it's him. I think it is him. Is it Robert or Richard? His name's Richard. Richard, I think, right? I'm asking you like you would know. I think his name's Richard.
I don't know, community.
Why am I not? I'm completely drawing a blank, and I feel retarded at the moment. But yeah, Ricardo, thank you. Oh my gosh.
Another Ricardo, huh?
Oh my gosh, why was I not Ricardo? So I was on the right track. I'm so sorry, Ricardo, if you're watching this video. I know your name and I know who you are, and for some reason I just couldn't think of what it was. Ricardo, thank you. Thank you. So, Ricardo is the one that sent me over to your live stream, or to your channel, not live stream, to your
It was
channel.
at the end of the stream. It just wasn't off stream.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, because someone said Ghost Pirate, and that's Ricardo. Ricardo. Yeah, so I was on the right track, but I wasn't right. So
Both are IRC.
yeah.
I have ARD.
So yeah, I mean, I wanted to talk about therapies today, but we got really, really off track.
Yeah.
But
That happens with chats.
the main thing is, when it comes to therapies, we'll just jump all the way back, is early intervention is huge. I mean, it's done wonders for this kid. And what do you want? Why are you growling at me? So early intervention is definitely a key. And then also just sticking to it. Like, don't give up. Even though there's huge, long wait lists because so many kids need the therapies, right? Are you okay? Are you okay? Can we continue now? Okay. But, oh my. But yeah, I know that there's huge, long waits for all different kinds of therapies. But you just can't give up. Keep pushing to get them into that therapy, or find another place. Find another place that has an opening, or, you just have to be more flexible with your schedule. And that was one thing that I found out, is that like last year, he had several therapies right in the middle of the day, and it was interrupting his school schedule. But that was the only option that we had, or we had to just continue on the wait list. So we figured it out. I wrote it into his IEP that he was allowed to miss Wednesday every week because he had therapies, and it's a medical necessity. So, figure it out with school, or figure it out however you need to figure it out, and get them therapy however you need to do it, because it's important, and it does wonders for them. It's amazing how far he's come. So therapy, is important.
I know a lot of people, I don't know like a lot of people, but I know some people don't believe in therapy, but I can say from experience that it is really extremely helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. It is definitely. Because I can see what it does for you. The changes that it's made from where you were before to where you are now.
Mhm.
It's huge. It's a huge, huge difference. So, BK Vending and Flipping just joined us. Thank you for being here. I see you've been watching my videos, so that's pretty awesome. Okay, dog. I don't know what your deal is today. I think he's not feeling well. Like he caught a cold or something, this little doggy. Because he's been needy, he's been whiny. Are you okay? And then he's been like sneezing and coughing a little bit, so I think he's got a cold. And they're like babies, these little dogs. So I know you're all right. It's okay. The best therapy is mainstreaming in our experience. Mainstreaming in school, you mean? Or I'm not sure what you mean by mainstreaming. Circle of Friends club started in our high school his freshman year. So much help. Yeah, it's a big help, definitely, to get them socializing and in clubs and sports and things like that. Have you heard of the Circle of Friends? Oh, no, I thought you just meant that, it was a circle of friends, a group of friends. I didn't know it was like a specific thing.
I mean, there's things for like pretty much every name now.
Yeah, so I don't know what that is, Circle of Friends, but
We're gonna be running out of names soon.
Your nephew does therapy with horse riding. Yes, it's amazing what horse therapy can do. Jacob did it for a very long time. There's only one place in Las Vegas now that does horse therapy, and so unfortunately, we're not able to go there at this point in time. But I'm still looking for other options for him to where he can still ride a horse, maybe not necessarily in a therapy setting, but to ride a horse. And there's a magazine called Autism. Um, I think it's called Autism Parenting Magazine. And I read a story in there the other day about a little girl. She's nonverbal, and they had her in horse therapy, and she was riding this horse. They had her going for several hours because she was just enjoying it so much. And she was a little tiny thing, big horse. And she ended up laying down on the horse. She fell asleep. Then she woke up and she was sitting there, and just I think it's the motion and just the natural feeling of the horse. She woke up and she looked at her mom, and her mom had just dyed her hair purple. And the little girl started laughing, and she's like, "Mama, you purple." And that was the first thing that she ever spoke. And she thought it was hilarious that her mom had dyed her hair purple. And, something with the horse had gotten her to speak. And I thought that was really cool that she thought her mom was funny because her hair was purple. I told my son about that because we're trying to dye his hair purple right now.
I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but it's
I know
kind of like bluish at the moment.
The color's a little, or the lighting is a little weird in here, but
yeah.
So we bleached his hair, and then we colored it, and we got it to like this blue color. So I think we need to color it one more time to get it to the purple that he wants it to be. But yeah, I thought that was such a cute story. And I remember, Jacob riding the horse. And this was before he was really talking a lot. I mean, he would talk, but not just like openly just start a conversation and talk. He was just very quiet and shy. But man, you get him in that horse and it's just like talking, and he doesn't stop talking, and he just keeps going and going. I don't know. There's something calming about the horse, I guess. And I don't know exactly what it is, but it does wonders.
Honestly, I can't really pinpoint it either.
You don't know what it is either?
But
you feel it when you're on the horse?
Yeah, I want to say it's like just the natural feeling of it, but it's kind of hard to say.
Relaxing, and it must trigger something in your brain that that relaxing, and then kind of like that continuous motion too. It must do something. I don't know, but yeah, we got to get you back on a horse. When he was a junior, he became a friend. Google it. Great program. Okay, I'm going to check that out. Circle of Friends. There are several in Arizona. That's not too far from us.
That's true.
So, I mean, we can get to Arizona in like 30 minutes, like right on the border. So that's an option. I mean, we can check it out. My nephew is 12 and he is nonverbal. Definitely keep working with the horse riding, because I think that's a huge thing. Also, speech therapy. Even though he's not speaking, speech therapy helps them learn how to put the sounds together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it helps connect something too between actually the words actually coming out and something that's going on in their brain. My kids were so immersed in 4-H. We always did everything all other kids were doing aside from school. That's what I mean, mainstreaming. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's kind of the same thing with him. I've always tried to wow.
Okay.
Car just peeled out in front of our house. So
See,
yeah,
that's the noise that I have to deal with.
I know. So I've always tried to keep him in a lot of things that other kids are doing too. Like he did karate for a really long time. He also practiced the sword. He's done like,
You can see all of that back there.
yeah, all of that well behind this giant
Well, I mean, you can look at the
thing,
mirror.
it's back there. But and he's done like every sport imaginable. He's played it. So I do try to keep him busy with other things. And now he's really into video gaming, and I'm trying to find different things for him to do outside of being in the home that have to do with video gaming. So we're working on that, trying to find some other things that you're into besides just sports. But yeah, he says, that's a cool story. I know my nephew loves the horse therapy. Yeah, it's amazing. I got to find something else here in Las Vegas that has to do with horses for you to get on a horse. I'm allergic. I'll still get on a horse though. But I am allergic. I just take an allergy pill or something before we go. They don't talk unless they have something to say. Not like us moms, apparently. We talk about everything. Yeah. But I think that's our therapy, is being able to talk about it with other people. And like this, for example, is kind of a therapy for me and a therapy for you guys as well. Just being able to talk about it. And, it's like we're all going through something. So talking about it together kind of lets other people know, like, hey, you're not the only one going through that. We're all going through it. And just, it's a therapy for everyone.
Honestly, for me, it's almost the opposite. I like just being alone with my thoughts because it allows me to think about things rationally and actually understand.
Doesn't it get lonely, though?
I'm kind of used to that.
I don't like being alone.
I don't either, but it doesn't really phase me
I mean,
anymore.
sometimes I do, but not all the time. Your nephew loves basketball and video games as well. That's very cool.
Besides, if I ever do get alone, I have like a million Twitch streams to watch, so.
Yeah, that's true. And Kimmy says, my brother is a gamer. He now likes to create games. I used to be a gamer until I had kids. Zelda was my jam back in the day. Zelda. Jacob was Link for Halloween one year.
That's true.
That was a very cool Halloween costume.
Yeah.
It looked awesome. I have to find a picture. I think I got a picture on my phone. Can I share it?
Yeah.
Cool. Let me see if I can find it really quick. His Halloween costume was super cool. I made it. That was super cool because I made it. Not really, but no, I did make it, but let's see. I'm not sure how well it's going to show up on the camera, but can you see that? Oh, it actually shows up really good.
Oh, wow.
So that was Jacob's Halloween costume one year. He even has like the cool elf ears. Remember your elf
Yeah,
ears?
I remember that.
That was awesome. And then his friend, I made his friend's costume too. His friend was Genji from Overwatch.
Yeah.
From Overwatch. I don't even know who these characters are. They tell me like, hey, can you do this? Okay. Give me a picture and then I'll do it for you. So this year I didn't make any Halloween costumes. We just kind of pulled together the pieces, and then I was going to make the mask for him, but I think it was easier just to buy it this year.
Yeah, because it's kind of I'd say it's kind of a hard mask to make.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure how to do that. I mean, I'm sure I could have figured it out, but
yeah,
that was kind of my thing back in the day. Before I started selling on eBay, I was working. I guess it's not really selling. I was working off of Etsy, so they had like this job board, and people would post on there things that they wanted, like custom made, and that was my thing. Like, I was kind of the queen of replicating items. So you could show me a picture of something and I can replicate it. I can make it for you. So I had some of the weirdest requests, but these kids kind of caught on, him and his best friend kind of caught on, and they were like, hey, can you make this? Can you do this? And that's how the Halloween costumes started. But yes, I can.
Yeah, I would not be surprised on some of the weird things that you would have gotten.
Yeah, I got some weird, really strange things. But yeah.
Any like Persona stuff?
Any what?
Persona?
Persona?
Yeah,
What's
like it's Persona, but with like furries.
Not that I remember, no.
That's surprising.
But this was like 10 years ago.
Hmm.
So BK says, my nephew has a device that allows him to communicate, and he can speak through that in full sentences. I remember the first time I heard him use it, and it brought me to tears. That's going to make me emotional. Yeah, he had a device too, and he used it for a while. He doesn't use it anymore, but he did have one, and that's a huge thing for them to be able to communicate to you. And also as a parent or a person that, is dealing with an autistic child, because just that it helps relieve that frustration that you as a parent get, and that they also get from trying to tell you what they need or what they want, and us not being able to understand. So that was a huge, huge thing for us. He was able to tell us when he was uncomfortable or when he was in a situation where he needed to be removed from the situation, because he was going to shut down, or it was just overwhelming for him or too much. So those communication devices they're invaluable. I mean, they're amazing. They're really amazing. So Susan says, nice to visit this morning. Gotta go. Life does get easier, Mom. Have a good Halloween, Jacob. No, life is good. I'm not complaining. Life is good. It's just that we have our everyday challenges, and being that my son is autistic and disabled, we have challenges every day, but life's good. Life's good. I'm happy. So, yeah, we're going to get going here too. Kimmy says, remind me where in Arizona you are, Matt. I can't remember. I don't know either. Queen Creek. About an hour and a half southeast of Phoenix. Okay. I haven't heard of Queen Creek, but I know where Phoenix is, so I can kind of estimate where that's at. My mom just moved to Sun City over there. Oh, that's right, Kimmy. I forgot about that. Yeah, my grandma's out there in Tucson. See, Kimmy, you and I have family in the same places. So you have family in Cali, and you have family in Arizona, and so do I. BK says, I'm very close with my sister and I'm very close with my nephew. I know it means way more to mom and dad, but it also so amazing to me as well. Wasn't trying to, oh, don't worry. Don't worry about trying to make me emotional. I'm very emotional all the time, but it's not a bad thing. Oh, we just got an eBay sale.
Oh, nice.
Ding. Sweet. So, I mean, it's just an emotional thing when you're talking about your kids. You know, it doesn't matter if it's a super happy thing or if it's something sad or whatever. It's just emotional no matter what because they're your children. So, you know, love you. So, yeah, it's emotional no matter what. But and it's emotional for other people, even though that's not your son. Of course, it's emotional. I know, like his speech therapist, she's freaking amazing, and she worked with him all the way from kindergarten up until I think like last year. Was it last year when you were released, or year before last?
I want to
Maybe.
say it was like late year before last.
Yeah. So like the end of, okay. And you know, she was really emotional too when Jacob started using his communication device, and when she finally released him from speech therapy. It was a really emotional thing because you just get so connected to these kids, and regardless if it's your child or not, it's amazing to see the things that they are capable of if you give them the right tools, whether that's therapy, because therapy would be a tool, right? So whether that's therapy or a communication device or a horse, whatever the tool is, whatever they need, it's amazing the things they can do if you give them the right tools. But that's what it is for everybody, right? If you have the right tools, it's easier to get the job done.
Mhm.
He says, Jacob, you're an amazing man. Have a great Halloween and be safe. Gotta run, but wanted to pop in. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. But yeah, we're gonna get going too. We have a party to plan.
And I've
And
got to write my end of month thing as well
okay,
because it is the end of the month.
end of the month, so you've got to write your thing. And we have to finish up your Halloween costume too, because we got to get it all bloodied up.
Mm-hmm.
Get your Halloween costume all bloodied up, and yeah, maybe find something for the doggies to wear. He's not feeling good. That dog over there.
Yeah.
Can you tell?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think he wanted to play outside last night because we were kind of hanging out with some friends last night outside, but it was like 30 degrees, and he has gained a ton of weight. That dog over there, Mr. Sniffers, he's gained a ton of weight from last year. So I tried to put his jacket on him, and he looked like what's his name? Oh God, I can't think of names today. It was like fat man in a little coat. Do you remember that?
I do, but I can't.
Oh
remember
my
the name
gosh,
either.
what is his name? He's so funny too, and I can't think of his name, but he was like fat man in a little coat. That was Mr. Sniffers yesterday. Like I tried to put the coat on him, and it was just like it wouldn't even close all of the way. And I'm like, oh my gosh, dog, you ate too much. So Chris Farley, thank you, Reseller King. Hello, how are you? Topic for next time. Yes, I love that. I'd love to hear more about all the merch creations by Jacob. Oh, okay. Definitely. So next Thursday, same time, same bat channel. Get copyrighted for that? I don't know. Same time, 9 a.m. Hopefully we won't be late next time. Hopefully I'll have my computer by then. So 9 a.m. Thursday, right here. We'll do it all again. And yeah, we'll definitely talk about that. So the merch that Jacob has, the line of merch to help pay for Mr. Sniffer's training as a service dog. Yeah. So awesome, guys. Thank you so much for being here and chatting with us and kind of going way off subject, but then reeling it back in at the end. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Have a safe and happy Halloween. Get dressed up, have fun. You can be whoever you want to be today. Anybody, even Rosie the Riveter, Legion. So have fun and don't eat too much candy. And we'll see you next time. It's
Bye.
so opposite.
Yeah, it's like really opposite.
I know, it's weird, right? Bye, guys. See you later.
I'm just gonna flip
And
my
then
nose
if you
around.
could click the red button.